gonna keep these on. It's like that overcast, but just bright enough to hurt my eyeballs. So it is Saturday afternoon. Scott and I have officially, I think I mentioned, changed our roof over, so we're not on the soft top, and we're just doing some errands. We're gonna do some stuff around the house later that needed some things. So we hit up like Home Depot. We had to replace some of our bits. So I picked up some stain for the spring sign that I got at Michael's, and Scott and I were kind of consulting over which one we like, and also thinking about what we eventually will do for our deck. So we did that. We just hit up Sports Check because they have a friends and family sale going on, and we both got new running shoes, which was great. On clearance, makes it even better. And we also got our TRX anchor so we can set that up in the basement, which I am so excited for. And we're just gonna hit up Costco, we're gonna get some stuff from the garden center, and I'm going to plant a few things and ponder our garden. So lots of things starting to grow, which is really exciting. It's a great day. And it's just like I said, it's just overcast now. It was much brighter when we first left the house, but I'm not mad if I have to be outside and not get sunburned. So let's hope that, you know, a 2 o'clock Saturday Costco run isn't gonna be an absolute nightmare. Good morning, everyone. So I didn't really vlog much yesterday. I think I have one clip from the car before Costco. We survived Costco. We did survive Costco. I will show some of the stuff that we picked up. But today is a continuation of our home tidy, if you will. And not so much like a cleaning aspect, but just things we wanted to get done. So we yesterday got up my folding desk. We got additional shelf in my closet. So my office is still a little bit in shambles. I was putting it away last night and I had my hands full, and there's a step ladder in the doorway. I had something precarious in my hands that was like unbalanced, and I was on the top step of the step ladder and I started falling, and I didn't want to drop anything, so instead I kind of like leaned into the ladder, but that meant that I headbutted the door frame. So I rattled my noggin a little bit and kind of was just like, all right, I think that's enough for tonight. I did like 1 or 2 more things, and I was like, yeah, no. Got a few more things to tidy up in here, but I'm loving it. It's gonna give me like everything that was already in there is now gonna go in, but I'll have more space because it'll be distributed better. So that'll be really, really handy. Very happy about that. I do want to put some other shelving in my office, but I don't know what or where just yet. So that's not a focus. But we're gonna build our second Muskoka chair today so we can both sit outside in the sunshine. Although this week's supposed to be kind of crummy weather, but at least we'll have it. What else do we have to do? We're gonna put our TRX bands up. We're going to rebuild our wedding arch. So if you haven't seen that, I'll post a video link for our wedding video. But we had this arch made by a family friend, which I love, and it came back into our garden at our townhouse, but we never set it up because it wasn't going into winter just yet, but you know what I mean. And so we're trying to find its new permanent home, and Scott suggested getting a climbing plant, like climbing flowers. So I've got a couple ideas for that, but yeah, just kind of figuring out where to go. We're gonna do some just lawn maintenance. We've never had to do that before. We've never had a lawn, so we are going to put some fertilizer and seed and stuff down. So a little of that. I gotta do my tires. So it's just kind of a lot of little random things to do that'll just make us feel so much better. And there's a few other things I'd like to do. I gotta set my printer up and stuff, and I decided, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I decided to not put my printer in my office, and I'm gonna set it up downstairs by my puzzle area because I don't use it all that often. It's Wi-Fi based, so I think that should suffice, just because I don't want to have to hide it anywhere in here, so, or put up another shelf for it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try it later. I gotta print out a return label for Amazon, which is the real motivation to get that printer set up. And I got ink. Yeah, just kind of come around and get pottering with us. All right, checking in. We spontaneously put the gazebo topping on for roofing, and it's funny because we didn't know how much of the sides there were. We just know that she said the covers in the shed. So I had said to Scott we should get one of the mosquito net sidings that you can kind of add on later, and she actually already had one. So we've got 2 options for sides. We have solid sides or mosquito ones, so that's awesome. They're kind of like strewn on the deck right now. One's packed nicer than the other, but Scott put one up of the mosquito netting just to see what it is, and then we've played with the idea of our future deck over here, or little patio area, and we just used some wood from our wedding arbor just to see what it looks like. We're gonna go do my tires now because the driveway is not yet in direct sun because it's getting hot, which is why I'm in a strapless top. So if anyone's new around here, whenever I have to do outside work, I'm always in a strapless top because tan lines are evil. I did not end up vlogging too much yesterday. There was just a lot going on, and a lot of it was very kind of spur of the moment, being in the right place at the right time kind of thing. So I think I gave a little bit of sneak peek on my Instagram as well as my home Instagram, which I'll leave down here in case you're looking for more home kind of content. But this morning, got up very early by my current standards, so that we could get into Canadian Tire before Scott went to work. So our goal was twofold. We were gonna get some gardening things and we were gonna get me a new bike seat. My bike seat was broken nearly 15 years ago in the last move I did with my dad, and biking's never been a very enjoyable thing for me to do, so I never really bothered to get it fixed. But Scott has been much more into cycling and such in the last couple of years, so he's asked that I give it a whirl. So we need to get a new seat. So I'm gonna hope the one we picked up actually works. We haven't even really tried it yet, but that is a later problem. And then we're gonna officially start gardening this year, which is very exciting. We've kind of hummed and hawed about it in the last year or two. We're gonna start small. We picked up some herbs because that's really Scott's main focus, because a lot of the common veggies people grow are not veggies that we eat. So you can see over my desk, that pile is another pile of various things. We have a couple of vegetables we're gonna try, some herbs, and then I just picked one annual to put from seed just to kind of try it. I'm not gonna go crazy this year with planting flowers because we've got a lot of like trim garden, and I don't know what's in them yet. I don't know the colors, and I kind of like to have a little bit of cohesion. So I'm gonna see what everything looks like this year, and then next year do some bulb planting or figure things out. I did get a couple of peony bulbs though, because I have a couple of pots that we got from the old house and brought, so I'll still have a couple flowers of my own. And my dad is going to dig up my Asiatic lily for my front garden at our old place. He's gonna go give it a whirl and grab it for me, because obviously when we left in February it was still frozen into the ground, but the last week or so we've had some really gorgeous warm weather. So the other lilies are starting to grow, but mine hasn't quite punctured through yet, so we'll see how that goes. I fell off the yoga wagon already. I did like 2 days, and then I just didn't do it. So as penance this morning, I did 3 days worth of videos, and again, they're only like 10-minute flows, so they're not anything, like 3 of them is not anything crazy. I'm not doing yoga for like 3 hours, but they're all really different. I highly recommend if you're somebody who doesn't do yoga, wants to work on their flexibility, just needs to kind of get some sort of movement in the morning, definitely check out Yoga with Cassandra. I really do enjoy her. So that aside, did that, which is why I'm in active wear, but it's so much cooler today than it's been in the last few days that I've been actually cold, and I had to put my electric heater in my office back on to take the edge off. I'm currently taking my nails off. So on Friday night, I had the bright idea to do some dip nails, and I've only done my dip nails once before, and that was about 1.5 years ago, because I had them done when Scott proposed to me, and those held up for nearly 3 weeks. Maybe doing them and then doing a whole bunch of outside labor is probably not the smartest idea, but they had a couple of, I like to call them like, not creases, but there's like cracks, but they're not all the way through. I can't think of the word to use, but then I started to pick at them because I can. So I chipped a few of them, all that fun stuff we did yesterday. So I figured it was time to take them off, but I forgot that I have to use acetone to take them off. So I've got my tinfoil, cut up cotton rounds, and actually came off pretty easily. I did get to pick off quite a substantial chunk of some of them, which I find rather enjoyable, but I do really feel like my nails feel so nice and sturdy when I have the dip nails. But I don't know what happens. The brand that I was using is the Rossi brand, R-O-S-S-I, and I remember when I first ordered from them, they had an absolutely obscene amount of colors, and for the last like 6 months or so they haven't really had anything, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not overly fussed to do dip nails all that often, so I'm not worried about trying to find another brand, but I will say that my left hand turned out pretty stinking good this time. My right hand not as much, but I was a little bit more rushed for that. In a bit of rambly, uneasy, kind of jittery mood today. I am in the next steps of waiting for references for my job interview, and that always leaves me feeling very kind of uneasy and queasy, but I have been planning some transition looks, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to film them. So I don't know if they'll be part of this video, and if they aren't, they are definitely going to be like reels and shorts. And I've started posting those to my TikTok. I don't go on TikTok. I just don't. I can easily absorb myself in Instagram and YouTube, so I don't resort to TikTok. But I thought, you know what, can't hurt just to repost them. I'm not gonna make anything specific to TikTok, at least not at this current moment. But yes, I'm going to finish this, and I think I might finally shoot some of the photography that I need for my blog, and then do the final touches of tidying up my office from building my shelf. Good morning, everyone. I took a couple days off vlogging because I had a few things kind of come up that were unforeseen and unfortunate, but we are moving past that, so I needed a day to kind of accept what things were. And yesterday I just kind of forced myself to go out of the house. I went with Scott to get his hair cut because I'm trying to get better at actually cutting his hair at home, because I don't think men should pay $30 to get their hair cut when they don't have very much hair. But I digress. So today I am venturing out into the wild, wild world. So I have just filmed a outfit short. I just filmed a jewelry short, picking my jewelry for the day, which I thought was kind of fun. I don't know, I'm trying to wear more jewelry, so I thought that might get me into it. And then I was even contemplating doing some makeup. Now I feel like I want to film an actual makeup video, so we'll see. I just don't know anymore. Like, I love integrated stuff into vlogs. Like, that's just what I'm so used to watching now, that I'm kind of like, I don't really watch standalone makeup videos, so I just feel like I need to perk myself up, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do some errands today. I'm going to kind of take a jaunt around HomeSense, Winners, and Marshalls again, because we really do need to get a mirror for our powder room. Now that the weather's a little bit nicer, like last week was like 30 degrees and it snowed the last couple of days. Like, not a lot, but there was snow. It was cold. And because of that, I've just been feeling absolutely miserable with that weather change. So today there's bright sun. It's only gonna be about 13 degrees, but 13 is better than 6 and better than snow. So that's what I'm gonna do. But there's been some updates. I was just looking over the weekend. I got an email that was just an update for needing one of my references to reach out. So I've just refreshed my email and I have a couple emails. So I'm gonna go see if one of those is pertaining to the teaching job. I did apply for a couple of part-time jobs because girl needs to do something. So I applied to Costco, and luckily, finally, a HomeSense and Winners near me were hiring for some workers, because when I looked last time, they weren't, and I was really bummed because I was like, I saw something close and something that, you know, be fun if I'm going back into retail. So it could be those as well. Who knows what's gonna be? So I'm gonna go check that. I'm getting all like butterflies in my tummy, so I'll be back.
Congratulations.
So much has happened since that last clip. Literally went over to my computer, pulled Scott into the office, said I had a couple emails. I kept like checking my phone to see if the account had any emails, because I don't have a lot of stuff that goes into that inbox. I got the job. We basically ended up going out for lunch to celebrate. So I came home and just kind of like semi-knocked out. But I'm getting paperwork and stuff all sorted and situated. Unfortunately, I'm kind of in a limbo in terms of my name change. So we're still waiting on paperwork so that I can actually start the name change, but they've addressed me with my married name and I need my maiden name in order to do some of the paperwork. I'm gonna go check the mail to see if I do have some paperwork, and then I need to run to my bank and change it to my new branch. And then I have to pick up some mozzarella because Scott and I are making pizza tonight and we don't have enough mozzarella. So let's go see if I can be Sydney McLeod now or not. Good afternoon, everyone. So my plans for today definitely got shifted a little bit. The sun has come in and out. I was gonna try and do some outside work today. I was also gonna try and film another video, but I've got 11 trainings to do, and I'm not officially employed until all 11 trainings are done. So while I wait for my police check to come back, which I'm hoping to have by Monday, I have 11 trainings I have to get through. So I just queued a bunch of stuff up to see if there was any time durations on them, and some of them are like 30 to 40 minutes each. Some of them are a little, it's as fast as you can read something kind of thing. So I filled in the rest of my paperwork, and now I'm just kind of sitting and doing some trainings. But now it's really nice out. Like, it was gloomy and stuff earlier, so like I don't mind doing computer work when it's gloomy, but now that it's sunny, like I want to go out and do some yard work. I basically just need to like rake our yard and then throw some grass seed down. Tomorrow we have our beer festival, so we're going with some friends of ours. Beer festivals are kind of a thing that we like to do together. We haven't done them in years, obviously, but I'm trying to figure out, I wanted to end this vlog before that and maybe include that in the next vlog. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to hop on, do a little chat. I'm feeling so much better than I was earlier this week. Yesterday was a good day. I had to do some cleaning this morning because my cousins are coming by for a quick little visit to pick stuff up, and they haven't seen the house yet. A few things to tidy up. So I wanted to film a transitionary lookbook. I did one a couple of years ago, which I will link above and you guys can check that out. But I obviously don't want to repeat the same kind of outfits, but it's funny how my brain always kind of leads to the same things. So I do want to spend some time plotting that out, which I think might be a Sunday thing when we get home from our friends. I need to do like a brainstorming session for stuff. And yesterday, like, again, I had plans to do so much. And then with my good news, I just totally lost everything, like everything else just went out the window. So obviously my priority of the next couple of days is getting all my paperwork in order so that I officially get an employee number and email and all that jazz, which will be very exciting. But I'm really feeling motivated to film. And of course now I got things that are, I'm not gonna say preventing me, but like things that are more important that need to get done. But I want to film more shorts and therefore also more reels, because I've just been enjoying them more and more recently. I don't ever really scroll my reels on Instagram, but I definitely watch a significant number of shorts whenever I'm on YouTube. I'm gonna go write a to-do list and get started on some of these trainings. All right, so this is the vlog that never ends, and I realized that I never showed you guys some of the things we actually picked up at Canadian Tire for the garden. So we did pick up a couple long, narrow containers, the ones that you kind of traditionally like maybe hang on a fence kind of thing, that we will most likely be transplanting our herbs into, and we're gonna try to figure out where we're gonna put the veggies. I don't think what we picked up would work in that kind of container, so that's still to be determined. We did pick up a seed tray, I guess is the best way to phrase it, and this is one that we picked up on recommendation from my sister-in-law. And what was interesting on it, to me, somebody who knows nothing about gardening really, is the hexagonal shape of it and depth of it forces the roots to grow longer and deeper versus wider. So thought, why not? So I'm gonna show you guys some of the things we picked up. There's way more seeds than we're actually gonna use because we're just not gonna eat that much food. But there's a few things that Scotty really wanted to pick up, so I thought I would share. And then I'll share with you guys the running shoes that I got from Sports Check. Maybe even show you guys the TRX band now that they're anchored into the ceiling. Anyways, so starting off, I only got one flower, which I mentioned, and that is a lupin, and this one is called Pixie Delight. And it was really kind of cute. I think it's just an annual, so it's really only gonna last this year. I usually obviously would pick up perennials, but it's a little something something. And then I will post a picture of the like peony containers, the 2 bulbs. I did see some bulbs at Costco for a similar or better price than Canadian Tire when I want to get some dahlias. So I might go back there and pick them up. All right, on to the vegetables. We are doing 2 beans. This is a tender green bean, and this is the round pod kidney wax bean, and they're both bushes. So we got that. Then we got some romaine lettuce, because this is what I would like really want. And this one was actually a seed taped. I don't think I realized when I first picked it up, but it is what it is. So excited for that one. Next we have the other thing that I was like, oh, I like these, and that's carrots. And we decided to get the rainbow blend because they're just fun to look at. That's basically why I chose these versus like regular carrots. I was like, I'll take that. So the lettuce and the carrots are the ones I like. And then one that is like full-on Scott are these peppers. And these are super chili hybrid peppers. Scott has wanted to have hot peppers for so long. And Indigo and Chapters sell these, I think We is the brand. And they used to sell these like compilations of different herbs together, like ones that you kind of, I don't know, put together, like, you know, an Italian seasoning style and that kind of thing. And they had pepper ones, but the peppers I don't think were overly spicy. I think they're just kind of like a variety of peppers. But I did really want to get that for him at one point because I knew he wanted them. All right, now the rest are all herbs. So we have chives, garlic chives. We have 2 basils. We have a Thai basil, and we have a sweet basil. Then we got, you know, what I think are basics, and that is some rosemary and some thyme. Just seemed like it fit. Then we also got parsley, and this says Giant of Italy heirloom variety. I'm like, cool. We'll see. And then we also picked up some oregano. And the last one is nothing I will ever touch because I'm team soap when it comes to this, but Scotty really wanted to pick up some cilantro. So let me know in the comments below, are you pro cilantro or are you like me where it just tastes like soap and you don't like it? Because I would love to know. I think it's just my dad and I who are team soap, and like Scott's whole family is pro cilantro, but I will not be eating the cilantro. Okay, so when we went into Sports Drive last weekend when they had the Friends and Family sale, I had no intention of getting new running shoes. Scott was thinking about it because he kind of goes through them more quickly than I do. But I definitely think that some of my pairs are old enough that they should probably be given retirement. So I was like, let me just look at the clearance rack. So these were originally on clearance for about $84, which was still more than what I was anticipating wanting to spend. But then by the time we got to the till and then had our Friends and Family sale, they were like 40 bucks. So I was like, I can justify that. I wanted to get a pair of shoes that were like proper training shoes for like going outside for walks, or if we were doing something a little more hike-ish kind of thing. So I got these, and they're pretty. They are Asics, and Asics is the brand that Scott always buys. That's like his go-to brand because Scott has very wide feet, so they're the ones that are the most comfortable for him. These look like they are the GT1000. But anyways, they were super comfortable. They were like one of the only pairs that fit. They're actually 6.5. I'm somewhere between a 6.5 and a 7 depending on the shoe, but those felt pretty comfortable for me, so that's good. I will go show you guys the TRX bands now. They are hanging from our basement ceiling. While I'm down here, where the shelf is upside down, it's gonna be flipped against that wall, and that's where my printer is gonna go. So it's gonna be in the basement. I think it's gonna be all right. There's a plug just behind the puzzle board. I might need to do a little power bar because I don't think the cord is super duper long, but I think that's gonna be a good spot for it. All right, so that is the anchor that you get for the TRX band. There was a fancier name for studs when they were in the ceiling like this, but anyways. It's locked in there. We kind of like, obviously had to find a good stud for it, but we wanted to make sure they had enough room to kind of move around it. And one of our goals is soon-ish to just get a TV for this wall. Nothing super big or anything super fancy. We're gonna actually turn the treadmill around to also face it so that we can throw a show on, throw a workout onto the screen, and kind of use the space for it. But if you haven't used a TRX band before, highly recommend picking it up. They have a couple different variations in like their bundles. This suspension training is really cool. I actually did a reel a while ago that I will leave above if you are curious. I've seen a whole bunch of ads for them recently, and it's like David Beckham, Mark Wahlberg are two of the people that I've seen using them recently. If you need some celeb motivation, there you go. But I am very keen. And I keep saying that. I'm very keen, but I'm not acting on it. So I need to really sort myself out, figure that out, and make it a priority because I want the results. I don't want the work. And obviously that's not a recipe for success. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I am feeling very creative and like really wanting to create a lot this week. So the next video may or may not be a vlog, or it might be integrated into a vlog. We will see. So let me know, do you still watch standalone beauty or standalone fashion videos, or do you prefer them all just kind of integrated into daily life? I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button, like this video. You can comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.